Hi, I'm Pat. I'm here at PJ Farm, and this morning we're going to be talking about propagation. Propagation is a way that you can keep growing your plants without having to purchase new plants. It saves you a lot of money, just takes a little bit of time. This morning we're going to be propagating pineapple sage. There's several ways to do the cuttings, but the best way to do the cutting is, if you look at it, see this little stem down here. You don't want to cut there on a plant because that's going to not have any growth on the existing plant that it leaves, and at the same time nothing here. What you're going to do is you're going to cut right when you're cutting it off the plant. You want to come down to the leaves right here, this little, and cut that part right there. Then you're going to go up and you're going to cut same thing at the very top. You don't want any existing flowers there because that's just going to take the energy for the plant to reproduce roots. So you want the flowers to go. Another thing is you're going to take and clip off all these existing leaves because that's just taking the energy from the plant. And then you're going to actually cut it down to a half a leaf. So when you've got this part right here, you're going to take that and you're going to stick it. We use sand for our medium. We get good results with sand when we're propagating. Some plants will only propagate in soil, but we found out that a majority of them will do well in sand. And the thinner the sand, like clay sand, the better. Makes it easier for them to produce roots. So when you have something like this, it's going to be sending all the energy down to making roots. It has very little leaves to take care of, and every once in a while it'll produce a flower, and I'll come through and just clip it off. That way it can keep producing the roots really well. Then I'll take it into the sand, make a little hole, stick it in, and pat it up nice and neat to hold up the plant. If you notice, we have an irrigation system in here in our propagation house. This goes off every 20 minutes for about 15 seconds. That continues to give the sand moisture, which is very important. Now these containers that we have the sand in have holes in them so that they can drain. That way you have a continuous moisture, you're not flooding it out, and everything is just nice little environment going here. That's the way it works. Now if you come over to this box where we've got pineapple sage already propagating, has been for about, I think we started this at 9/18, so almost a month. This one has been in the sandbox propagating. If you notice, when you look at these, we trimmed them up just the way I did the first one over there, cutting all the leaves off. Look at all the leaves that have reproduced on this plant. They're gorgeous. It's just nice and full. Some of them are coming up with some flowers, so those still have to go. It's too soon for flowers. Anyway, you have nice full plants over here. These are ready for transplanting into potting up soil. So we just very gently take our stick and work it under the roots, very, very gently. Look at that. Look at those roots. Isn't that awesome? You have a whole new plant here that you got for free by taking a little bit of time to put in sand with a little bit of irrigation, which is on timers, and you have a whole new plant. Now we're going to take this plant that we just dug up so beautifully. We're going to take a little bit of our soil mixture here. Okay, we're going to put just a small amount in the pot. We're going to place this in there not to damage the roots. You don't want to damage the roots on any of these plants because there's millions of little root hairs on there that you cannot see with the naked eye. But what they do is those root hairs are what help to draw up minerals and nutrients into that plant. You don't want to touch the roots as much as possible because that can cause root damage. So then we're going to take it and we're going to cover it right here to the top. We're going to pat it down a little bit for stability. Look at that. There you go. Okay, so now you have a whole new plant that you've learned to propagate and grow yourself. This will be growing out all winter long. Probably within another couple of months, it'll be ready to bump up into a 1-gallon pot where it can really be flushed out beautifully. There we'll trim it up a little bit, take time to do that, and it'll be a nice full plant by spring for ready to sell at the market. Anyway, that's how we do it on the farm. Have a good day.